Good morning everyone, I hope you're well, hope you're doing alright. Guys, the video that you're about to watch is boring as shit. There's no text everywhere, there's no multiple POVs or intense music. It is not for entertainment. It is simply my raw trading sessions. And therefore you're going to get bored. However, here's the thing guys. Boring educational trading videos will increase your odds at success, and entertaining videos will just entertain you. In this video, you will learn my behavior on the charts if you follow closely and you see how I'm trading and the way that I'm speaking and the way that I'm thinking about my trades. You will learn how I manage my trades. You will learn some of my analysis. For example, by the end of the video, I'm going to show you the price action that indicates for me that price is about to reverse on me, so I trail my SL to BE. This is an educational, raw, boring trading video. My advice to you is if you can't stick through boring, raw, educational trading videos, then you're limiting your odds at success. Good luck guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Hope you're well, hope you're doing alright. So, silver trade that we took on Friday is right now 823.20 in drawdown. And therefore, we'll see how that goes. I'm still not going to intervene with that trade, going to just let it be. Either hits my SL or goes down. So let's see how that goes. Now, for today, I found another trade on the charts. I found this USDCHF trade right there through to the upside. A buy to the upside. Now, let's discuss this trade. Now, first of all, on the TET Capital report right here, you can see that USDCHF is bearish from the investor horizon, and it is bullish from the swing and day trading horizon, with everything else being neutral. Now, the first thing that I looked at is from the investor horizon. You can see that the target is this 0.87355 area. Now, if I look at investor horizon at this as the weekly, 3 days or anything like that, we can see that the market is targeting this low right here. However, as you've seen in my previous videos, what I do is when the investor horizon or any horizon is targeting a certain low, I don't target the totality of that low. I just drag it onto the body right there, and I target this one right here just for a bit of a safer space. So we've been bearish on USDCHF since we took these highs right there through to the upside and started melting down, and right now we just tapped into this low right here, this body candlestick right here. So I believe this movement to the downside is done already. Okay, we're done from going down on USDCHF. Now, of course, that is not enough for me. I need some sort of a confirmation that we're done, and that confirmation is presented to me by the swing horizon and the day trading horizon being bullish. So let's verify those horizons right there. Let's go to the 6 hours, to the 2 hours, to the 30 minutes, and see what's happening right here. So on these 6 hours, we just melted into all of these lows. You can see that the market, as it melted down right now, it did 3 drives through to the downside. Right here, we had 1, and then 2, and then we did a mini drive right here, and then we started pushing through to the upside with volume, and therefore extending to the upside, possibly targeting the highs right here. Now, as I look at a further smaller right here, a smaller micro time frame, we can see the 3 drives right there in an even clearer manner. Right here, let me delete everything. You know what? I don't want to delete everything. So right here, we have a drive, a second drive, and a third drive through to the downside. Therefore, the way I'm buying USDCHF right now is if I look at the 30 minutes, we can see that the market, let me delete this Picasso drawing right here, 1 second. We can see that what the market did is and this is something that I really like, the market created this resistance line, and then it broke through to the upside and then gave us a sign of a reversal. So when we fake out into a high, I always talk about this a lot as well. When we fake out into certain highs and then we give a sign of a reversal, like, okay, look at us, we're breaking to the downside, we're going down, and then this fails, I then look for the next level of liquidity to target. Okay, so I'm targeting these highs right there, and therefore I'm taking partials right here. As soon as we get into this area, this is why you can see this alert right here, and then letting the rest go into my full TP. So the whole basis of that setup is 3 things. First of all, the bearishness is done on a higher time frame. It is confirmed by the existence of a bullish setup on lower micro time frames. For example, the 6 hours, the 2 hours, which both show 3 drives through to the downside into lows, and right now reversing through to the upside, and then finally an execution on the 30 minutes, which is confirmed by a fake reversal. So again, what is a fake reversal? A fake reversal is when we fake out into some highs right here and then reverse. Then all SMC traders, all traders that are looking at liquidity, they're like, okay, you know what? We just tapped these highs. We just took this liquidity above here. We tapped into the 0.88250 area. And right now, boom, we're going down. We just took this sell side liquidity and right now we're moving around. And then the market fails that. This is a fake reversal. Usually when it happens, I just look at the next level of liquidity to target, which for me would be these highs right there, this 0.88500 almost, all the way up into this 0.88600. So going to take partials right there, then let the rest run into our 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. Let's see how that trade goes. I'll update you guys. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing all right. Today is Thursday, 13 March. Let's see the trades that we're going to take today. So last trade that was taken on the account is a silver trade, which was a BE trade. The market went to my partials and then hit my SL. Last trade running right now on the account is a trade that I took yesterday, which is the USDCHF trade. I showed it to you guys. And right now we have this USDJPY trade and GBPCHF trade that I just added. So I just added this one and I just added this one right here. Let's analyze them and see how they go and determine why am I taking these trades and the analysis behind them. So let's start with GBPCHF right here. If we go to the TET Capital Report right here and go all the way down to GBPCHF, where is it? GBPCHF, we can notice that GBPCHF is bullish from an investor horizon, it is bullish from a swing horizon, and it is neutral from a day trading horizon. And therefore we are bullish from those two horizons, and therefore we have two bullish confirmations. Now if I go to an investor horizon like the weekly, like the daily, like the 3 days, and just have a look at what's happening right here. I'll go to the daily in that case. So the way that I based my analysis on that, you know what, let me delete everything. I don't want to delete everything because I want to keep the position. But let's delete everything else. Okay, so right here we had these massive tops right there through to the upside for a GBPCHF. And then the market just went into them right there and gave us a sign of a reversal. So today, all my analysis for GBPCHF is based on this one concept that I explained previously to you guys, which is the fake reversal. So a fake reversal happens when, for example, let's say we create massive tops right there. Let's say we create massive tops, massive liquidity through to the upside, and then we fake out through them. And then we end up reversing through to the upside. So I call this a fake reversal right here. Like we liquidated the tops and we're going down. And then, no, not really. We're not going down. What I would do then is I would wait for the market to retrace a little bit and then target the next level of liquidity, the next highs right there through to the upside, and try to see how the market goes. So this is what the algorithm spotted right here to generate the TET Capital Report, which is the market created these tops and then went through them and then faked. Look this, we broke the structure through to the downside right here, and then we reversed through to the upside. Therefore, we're eyeing the next levels of liquidity. It could be this 1.15 area right here, and then possibly target this 1.16500, for example, area right there. So this is for the daily. On the 6 hours, we see the same thing. So for the swing horizon, we see the same thing. What the market did right here is it also, if you remove everything, it's the same analysis, just on a more micro time frame. We created these tops, went through them right there, faked through them, and then pushed through to the downside right there, broke to the downside, and then just continued going through to the upside. So basically the same analysis right here. Now on a more micro time frame, on the 30 minutes time frame, this is what we're exactly doing right now. So yesterday, what did we do here? What we did is let me recheck again. We created these tops right here, as you can see, and then we also created these mini tops right there, and then we went through them right there with that small wick through to the upside, and then we started pushing through to the downside right here, indicating that, you know what, after we took this level of liquidity and this level of liquidity right there, this high right there, we are going to start going down, and then nope, we're going up. And therefore, this is the way that I'm looking at this, targeting the highs through to the upside. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, this is a very low quality trade, and therefore I reduced the risk on it. You can see that the analysis is not great to say, but it's systematic. So I'm going to take that trade regardless, but I'm going to lower the risk for that trade. So I divided my risk into two, and that would be my risk for that trade. Now you can see that right here, as soon as we tap into this area, this 1.15 area, I have an alert set, so I'm going to be taking partials right there and then letting the rest run into my 1 to 3, seeing how that goes. But all in all, this is a very low quality trade, to be fair, but it's systematic, so I'm going to take it right now. So that's it for GBPCHF. The trade that I like a little bit more is this USDJPY trade. So let's discuss this USDJPY trade. Why do I like it more? What's happening for USDJPY? So for USDJPY, first of all, let's discuss this 30 minutes right there. We can see that we created some sort of a trend line through to the downside, and right now we broke through it. So a lot of sellers are entering this price as market breaks through this trend line. We also broke these lows right there. So a lot of sellers are entering the markets as these lows are broken through to the downside, as the support line is broken through to the downside. When we broke that support line, we broke this low, we broke these lows right there. So lots of lows have been broken through to the downside right here. Lots of sellers have entered, and therefore I'm looking at this price like the market is accumulating sellers at the moment, and then it's going to push through to the upside. Now, if we look at the TET Capital report for USDJPY, where's USDJPY? USDJPY is bearish from an investor horizon. However, it is bullish from a swing horizon. And therefore, as I look at the, let's forget about the investor horizon for a second. You know what? Let's quickly have a look at it. So investor horizon right here, you can see the market was pushing through to the upside right there, targeted some highs. We created 3 drives, 1, 2, and 3 right there through to the upside. If we look at the daily as well, we can see that the market liquidated these highs right there and then started pushing through to the downside, and right now we are melting down possibly towards these targets. On the 6 hours right here, what I can notice is this huge support line. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches of that support line, and then we broke through it to the downside right here, breaking this low as well and breaking this low as well through to the downside, and then stopping right here and then pushing with momentum through to the upside. So just trapped sellers into this price by pushing through to the downside right here, and then right now we are reversing through to the upside. We can see a very recent 3 drives pattern through to the downside. We had this first drive, this second drive, and this third drive right here. So I at least expect price to push up and take out the beginning of that drive right here. So 3 drives to the downside, breaking a huge support line to the downside, entering sellers. Sellers have entered this price, and therefore they're being trapped into it. And then the market is pushing with momentum through to the upside right now. And therefore, that's it for the 6 hours. So on both the 6 hours and on the 30 minutes, we can see a lot of sellers entering price as market is breaking through to the downside right here. And therefore, I'm looking at this price right now as a bullish price that can go up. Now you can notice I have an alert right here, and therefore I'm going to be taking partials as soon as we get above these stops. So that's what I'm eyeing right now. As soon as we take out these stops right here, I want to take partials around 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and then let the rest run into my 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio, which would be this target right here, and then see where we go, this 150 target right there, and then see where we go from there for USDJPY. So that's it for USDJPY, that's it for GBPCHF, and that's it for USDCHF. That trade has been taken yesterday, and therefore I'm just right now just waiting to see what ends up happening for it. That's it for today. Let's see how that goes. We're doing all right. Today is Friday, 14 March. I'm not going to be entering any new trades. I'm just going to manage the older trades that we have on the charts, the trades that we've seen on Thursday. So GBPCHF right here, we have this setup right now. I trailed my SL to BE just about now, and therefore the moment we get into this area right here and tap it, I'm going to be out of this trade. Reason for that, now first of all, let's compare the TET Capital yesterday, TET Capital report yesterday and TET Capital report today. So yesterday, right here for GBPCHF, this TC liquidity, this is specific to my trading system, was neutral. Now today, right here, this TC liquidity is bearish, as you can see for GBPCHF, which means there's some sort of liquidity that was created through to the downside. As I look at the charts right here, we can see this trend line, we can see this trend line, we can see these bottoms right above this 1.14 psychological level, and therefore I can see markets come down. Even if it wants to go through to the upside, I can see it come down and liquidate these areas first and then push through to the upside, and therefore I'm going to be protecting myself by trailing my SLWE. There's this slight chance where the market right now just respects this trend line and pushes up in my direction, therefore winning this trade. However, I'm not going to be betting on that. Therefore, I'm just going to be trailing my SL to BE. And basically, I believe this trade, I will be BE'd, I will be out, and then see how this goes. Now, for USDJPY right here, the market just made it above these stops. I just took partials right now because it made it up here at 4 a.m. Of course, I was asleep. So therefore, I just looked at the charts, saw it right here around 1 to 1.25, I believe. Something like that. 1 to 1.25 risk to reward ratio right there. Took partials, and now I'm going to let the rest run. I'm not going to trail my SL to BE for that trade because I don't believe that is necessary. Now, USDCHF right here. I'm not going to be trailing my SL to BE, even though I am aware of the liquidity that exists right now through to the downside. I am aware that the market right now can possibly make it down and take out these lows right there, possibly come down to the 0.88 psychological level right here, and then see where we go from there. Now, you can also see on the TET Capital report that today for USDCHF, also the TC liquidity is also bearish. However, I'm going to be treating it differently than GBPCHF. Why? Because on USDCHF right here, I have somewhat of a bigger stop loss. And therefore, the market can come down and take out all this liquidity and take out the 0.88 psychological level and then push through to the upside, and I'll totally be fine. So I am not afraid of the market liquidating through to the downside because I have somewhat of a larger stop loss for USDCHF. However, for GBPCHF, you can see that as soon as the market makes it down and takes out these lows right here, I'm going to be very close to being eliminated out of that trade, and therefore I'm just going to be protecting myself by trailing my SL to BE. So I'm treating GBPCHF and USDCHF a little bit differently based on the stop loss size that is right now present on each and every one of those trades. And therefore that is how I'm treating the charts today. So USDJPY took partials, GBPCHF trailed my SL to BE, and finally USDCHF just letting it be and seeing how that goes. We still didn't tap. You can see we came very close to our partials area right here. However, we didn't tap it, and therefore just letting this trade be and seeing how that goes. That's it for today, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Good morning, everyone. So today we're taking it slow. I'm going to make this quick, simple, and short, and then I'm going to explain everything later as to why I'm doing what I'm doing. So today the only thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to trail my SL for this USDCHF trade all the way into BE. That's about it. And then just let it go and see if it makes it all the way down into here or continues pushing through to the upside. That's it for that USDCHF trade. I'm going to explain why I did that later on in this video. However, that's it for today. Let's see how that goes. Hello everyone, I hope you're well, hope you're doing alright. So today is 19 March and finally the trades are done so we can announce the results. For USDCHF right here, we got a partial trade right there, and then the market came back to our BE area, making us $1,173. For the USDJPY trade right there, the market just impulsed all the way up into our TP today, making us $4,671. And for the GBPCHF trade, it was just a BE trade. As I told you guys right here, I trailed my SL to BE, making us minus $31, which is basically break even. So let's quickly explain a few things that I promised you guys to explain. For example, why did I trail my SL to BE for USDCHF after being very convinced that I won't do it? So as you can see on the previous day, I said, no, I'm not going to trail my SL to BE for USDCHF. And then one day later, I said, you know what? I'm going to trail my SL to BE for USDCHF, which obviously was a great decision because it got us our partial and then our BE, making us almost $1,000 right there for that trade. So therefore, amazing management. Like if I can say anything about those three trades, just amazing management. That's it. For USDCHF, it's not a profitable trade. It should have ran in our direction and then it came back to our SL. It became a profitable trade because of the way that we managed it. For the GBPCHF trade, should have been a loss, became a BE trade because of the way that we managed it. For USDJPY, it would have been a winner anyway because it just rocketed to the upside in our direction. So just title of the video, amazing management. Now let's explain why did I trail my SL to BE for that specific trade. So right here, guys, one thing that I look at is, or one thing that I consider is, the more we liquidate. So let's say we had tops right here. We create tops and then we take them out. And then we go down and then we create tops and then we take them out. So therefore, the more we liquidate, the more positions we're accumulating, the bigger the move to the downside is going to be. This is how I look at the markets. Now, when we were right here, we haven't liquidated enough, or we haven't accumulated enough buyers. The market just creating this trend line right here, 1 2 3 4. So it looks like, okay, the market can melt down basically and take those buyers out and then continue pushing in our direction. Now when I waited 1 day, right here, 1 day later, the market pushed through to the upside, triggered our partial area, and by doing so, it went all the way above these stops right here. So the market created these stops right there. As you can see, I can create this huge resistance line with these stops right there. 1 2 3 4. And then finally, the market just went into them and trapped buyers into that price. So one more liquidation to the upside and liquidated those sellers. As you can see, we had sellers right here, 1 2 3 4. So we liquidated those sellers through to the upside. We hit their stop losses basically, and also we made buyers enter the market by breaking out this resistance line through to the upside. So we're accumulating a lot of people at this point. We're like trend line buyers right here. Those are the first buyers being trapped, and then right here we have this break through to the upside, trapping buyers once again, and we are liquidating the stop losses of those sellers right here. So therefore, we're doing a lot of liquidations at this point. And as I said, the more the liquidation, the bigger the move in the opposite direction. This is how I see the markets. And therefore, as soon as we liquidated one more time through to the upside and we accumulated one more batch of buyers through to the upside, I was like, okay, this is going to be a bigger move than just go down and liquidate this trend line. It's going to be a bigger move than just go down and push up. This is going to be a massive meltdown because we're just accumulating a lot of buyers in this price right here. And therefore, as soon as I saw that there is multiple batches of buyers entering price over and over and over again, and we're accumulating buyers over and over and over again, I was just like, okay, you know what? This is going to just melt tremendously to the downside. And therefore, I trailed my SL to my BE point at this point right here, which was a great decision to do. That's it. That's all I wanted to explain. Basically, why did I trail my SL to BE for the USDCHF trade? I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.